Welcome to Inside the Huddle on the Muskies Sports Network with Muskingum head football coach Al Logan, your number one source for the latest news on the Fighting Muskies. Coach, a heartbreaking homecoming loss on Saturday against Otterbein. What did you tell the team after the game?
I told them it was as good as it felt the week before. To get that 500th win. I think this one kind of ripped our heart out. We had several opportunities down the road to close out the game and win the game, and didn't feel like we'd done a real good job with that.
One player who stood out on the defensive side for the Muskies, Daman Goggins, continues to rack up the tackles with a team-high 14. Can you talk about his play for the defense?
I tell you what, he's been a great, pleasant surprise for us. He's a good player for us last year, kind of on our JV squad. Had an unbelievable off-season in terms of being getting stronger in the off-season in the weight room, and he stepped up. Right now, defensively, maybe one of our top players, and trying to get the ball always bounced to his side because he is making a lot of tackles and he's pretty solid.
Sophomore quarterback Cody Williams made his second career start against Otterbein. Did you see some progression from week one against Wilmington?
Yeah, Cody. It's his second game. He's going to make some mistakes. He'll continue to make some mistakes. Hopefully, week by week, we can iron out those, so those are a little bit less and less. But for what he hurts you sometimes in the middle part of it, he makes up in being able to pull the ball down and run and all that. He threw some nice balls, some balls we probably should have probably caught, but made a couple mistakes in the game too that. Hopefully in a week or 2 weeks from now that we're not making. So it's a normal progression with those guys. Young kid playing quarterback, and we expect to win with him. So we got to get him up to par a little bit quicker than what we're doing.
Coming off a game where you just said felt like you had your heart ripped out there, is there anything special the coaching staff needs to do this week to get the guys regrouped and refocused for John Carroll?
Well, they better. That's kind of what we expect for them to do. If they don't, they go up there and play anything less than our best, and it's going to be a long day for us. As you look at the scores that John Carroll's played and the teams before us, they're putting up a lot of points and doing that. And defensively, they're greatly improved from last year's team, and offensively, probably the premier quarterback I think in Division III. Has a great arm. He's a big, tall kid. Gets rid of it out of his hands pretty quick, so it's hard to get to him. In terms of pressures, and has got a couple of great wide receivers in our conference that are difference makers. So defensively, I think we've got our work cut out for us, and offensively, we got to continue to get better. We got to, we're trying to win the time of possession and keep ourselves out on the field. This week we had 82 offensive plays. I think the Otterbein's 48. So we're trying to keep our defense off the field a little bit, but we got to do a better job maybe of putting the ball in the end zone.
You just mentioned him. It was Mark Myers, the quarterback at John Carroll. Last year you saw him here in New Concord. This year up in University Heights. What is it that the Muskies need to do just to slow him down?
We're going to find out, I guess. I think he's going to have his opportunities to complete balls. We got to do a good job of, like the second half. I think against Wilmington, guys really stepping up and battling those guys. But the two wide receivers they got are premier playmakers, I think, in the OAC, and that's one of the reasons why they're having a great deal of success. And to have a quarterback that can stand on one hash and throw outs on the other hash all the way across the field is a pretty special kid at this level. And so defensively they gotta step up. Hopefully we'll have a great week of practice and figure some things out.
For the Muskies to go up to John Carroll and be successful this coming Saturday, what will we have to do?
Offensively, we gotta crank it up a little bit. And if you watch their film from their first 3 or 4 games, one of the things you'll notice is that they once they get that lead on you defensively, they kind of let loose and do a lot of different things. So we got to kind of keep them out of that mode. And one that's for us to be on the field a little bit longer and put some points on the board, but to keep our defense off the field and got to win the kicking game as always, and play a little bit better, do a little bit better job in terms of penalties. Last week, we were going into this game, we were the second most least penalized team in our conference, and after last week's 10 penalties, I'm sure we are now, but we got to do a better job with that in the middle part of the game too. But we'll go up. Our kids are going to play hard. They'll get after them. They understand it's another conference game for us. It's also part of our goal is to have a winning season. We got to have this game.
Coach, thank you for joining me at Inside the Huddle, and good luck this weekend.
Thanks, Tom.